So I was asked to talk about the sandbag, specifically my top three sandbag movements and the progressional steps that I took to learn how to throw around sandbags, pretty much. So first, I'm gonna give you my top three sandbag movements. But first, I want to say this. So maybe it will make sense from a conventional lifting standpoint. So think about the three conventional lifts. You have the squat, bench, and deadlift, right? In my opinion, when it comes to sandbags, the sandbag bear hug squat, the shoulder clean, and the carry is as close as you're gonna get in comparison to the three barbell lifts. And I think people seem to forget is every time you pick up a sandbag, you're essentially doing a deadlift. In order to do a bear hug squat, you have to do a deadlift. If you want to shoulder clean the bag, you need to do a deadlift. If you want to carry the bag, same thing. And this is a hill that I'm willing to die on. When it comes to exercises that will give you the most bang for your buck in regards to sandbags, those are my top three. So here's my progressional plan for those movements as well. So first, I would start off with just picking up the sandbag, right? Just starting from the ground and picking it up. And if you can, you could probably pick it up and just hold it in the bear hug position because that's what builds the isometric strength and stability to bear the weight. So next is the carry, right? On top of the isometric strength and stability, you're adding more dynamic movement to the mix, which is walking. And that's pretty good for cardio too if you carry it long enough. Trust me. If you're looking for an exercise that would smoke your core, your grip, your lower body, it would definitely do that. Carries is just that damn good. So the next one that I would say would be the bear hug squat. So the reason I say that is because being that you built up enough strength and stability in your body to handle the bag, now it's time for you to develop even more strength with the king of all exercises, which is the squat. And plus, being that when you're doing a bear hug squat, the sandbag is in the front of your body. So that forces you, specifically your back, pretty much your whole midsection, to stay tight and upright in order to keep the bag from folding you over. Because if your core strength is not there, you would not be able to hold that bag up, especially when doing dynamic movements like the squat, right? So the next exercise that I will work my way up to is the shoulder clean. So I've seen numerous guys that have not properly developed the technique to maneuver a sandbag, which pretty much comes from just repetition and just practicing the basic techniques that I've already mentioned. They just skip over all that and go straight to the shoulder clean. If you're not careful, that could really fuck you up big time. Going from 0 to 10, that's not a smart progressional plan, especially when you're learning something new like the sandbag. You wouldn't do that with a barbell, right? So take the same advice as you would with any other tool. So I always say just drop the ego, understand that you're learning a new skill, take your time, and just work your way up the ladder. There's levels to this shit. So let's say now that you develop the mechanics of picking up a sandbag, you know how to carry it around, you're squatting the bag, and you're throwing it on your shoulder. Now, in my opinion, it's safe to assume that you're ready for the big boy movement, which is the sandbag over the shoulder clean. Now, when it comes to the over the shoulder clean, you really have to generate enough force to actually throw the bag away from you. So instead of the regular shoulder clean where you're just throwing it on your shoulder, you have to generate enough power to throw it over your shoulder. right? So your leg drive and the hip thrust is the primary source of energy for this kind of movement. You have to forcefully thrust your hips into the bag if you really want that weight to fly. There's no way around it, honestly. Imagine a contact sport that requires powerful legs and hips, like rugby, or a combat sport like judo when you're doing a takedown, or in jiu-jitsu if you have to bridge up if someone has you in mount. That it requires just that much force. So, like they always used to say in the sports, the legs feed the wolf. Well, in regards to sandbags, I like to say the legs feed the wolf and the hips drive the engine. So, if you want an overall raw, powerful, and stronger body, think of the legs and hips. And if you want a tool that does not allow any half-ass effort, look into getting a sandbag. Now, if you ask me, would this be the best option for you? Probably not, but I'm saying it is an option. And it's a pretty good damn option if you implement the top 3 movements and the progressional steps that I gave you in this video. Alright, so just a quick recap of the video. My top 3 movements: bear hug squat, shoulder clean, and carry. And mind you, there are different variations of these 3 movements. So instead of doing the bear hug squat, you could do a shoulder squat. Same thing for the shoulder clean. Instead of doing the regular clean on your shoulder, you can do it over your shoulder. And for the regular carry, you can do bear hug carry, you can do shoulder carry, overhead carry. It's plenty of variations to that. So for the progressional plan, picking up the sandbag, carrying the sandbag, squats, shoulder cleans, and over the shoulder, right? Hopefully that helps. Still trying to get used to talking on camera, but let me know what y'all want to see next. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.